What's up YouTubers? Today I'm at Peele Park in Bradford. Now the reason why I'm here is I'm just going to do a short video on this feature that's been in Peele Park for a while, and I didn't know anything about this. It holds a lot of history, and I'm going to be joined by a local historian of Bradford by the name of 𝗔𝗍𝗍𝗍. Now he's going to explain what this feature is in the Peele Park, and we will go and find the original place where he actually came from. So before we meet him, we've actually got a new Facebook page called Bradford Through the Lens. Do visit it. We occasionally put updates on there, and again, do those lovely things by sharing, liking and subscribing to our YouTube channel. So just across there is the main entrance to Peele Park, and obviously we have the pond feature, and I can see 𝗔𝗍𝗍𝗍 with the 𝗕𝗵𝗁. Good morning, chaps.
Good morning.
Bit nice chilly morning, but thanks for coming over. So what do we have here today then?
So basically this doorway used to be part of the old Manor House, which was on Kergate in the centre of Bradford.
Right, so this is the old image obviously.
Yeah, and
it's
dated 1705 on the inside there. So basically this was a manor house that was situated right where the current shopping centre is now, the Arndale Centre, just off Darley Street in Kergate, and it was the Lord of the Manor's house.
Right.
First occupied by the Rawson family.
Right.
Hence you've got the Rawson markets,
yeah,
and the name carries. What you see from that picture there, as you can see, the top half, some of it's missing now.
Have a look. Oh yeah, right at the top there.
Yeah.
It's
like an acorn at the top there that's gone, and I think it's probably a family crest maybe that was over the door.
Right. It's interesting.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So, right.
So I mean, will it have been surrounded by fields and
so the map, I drew a map the other year, okay, to give people an idea. So that's Kergate, that's Darley Street.
So is it as of today, or as it was?
That is as it was.
As it was.
That is an
okay.
1851 map.
Okay.
And the red line is where the actual shopping centre is now.
Okay. So
you can see
A jail cell.
just there.
Is it a jail cell? Wow.
Just there is the Manor House. So what you can see, that bit that sticks out there is where the escalators are for the current shopping centre.
okay.
And it's sort of situated within the corner of the building.
Right.
And you would have like a market out front. Now I can show you a different picture.
So according to that, it's been wholly demolished, the whole lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, it completely went.
gone.
Yeah. So in with these pictures, that's what it would have looked like.
Beautiful, isn't it?
So you get a feel for how it's very sort of York sort of feel to it. It was called the Shambles, was up that side there. But yeah, so the Lord of the Manor, but it did actually become a hotel later on as well.
So this would have been. I mean, does anybody know how many bedrooms it had, or was it a large building?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've never seen a building layout for it, if you like. The oldest map I found was that one, which actually gives it a bit more detail of how the market was all around it.
Yeah.
So here at the moment is where the Marks and Spencer's has just been pulled down, and they're building the new market on Darley Street.
Is this the front side of
Yes.
the market? So below that would have been the old Woolworths down here, wouldn't it?
That's right, yeah, within that section.
Yeah.
So as you can see from that, it was all market on that corner.
Right, I can see.
It's
that,
quite
yeah.
ironic really, because they're putting the market there, but actually the market was there. Also, when you look over a bit, there's the old church with burial ground.
Right, so I presume that no longer exists.
No. So again, this was the old ค์Chapel, and roughly where the escalators are is where it was used to be called Chapel Court.
Right.
And there was a staircase up to the actual building.
Okay.
And just recently I've come across pictures of it. So if we have a quick look.
So it really was a residential area, wasn't it, really?
Well, it was a bit of everything. So that's from a newspaper article, how it looked.
Yeah.
The old chapel. And we can obviously, I can show you that in place later on when we have a wander. And then that photograph turned up not so long ago, showing, so it proves that that drawing was pretty accurate, really.
Shall we just go in there? It's a bit like,
Yeah.
in a shape. We'll have a look.
Certainly.
So have a look at that. Right.
And then once they pulled everything down, including the manor house, that was the one that everybody regretted them pulling down. This is the ค์market.
Yeah, which is similar to the 𝗲𝗄𝗱 arcade, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And of course that disappeared. So this is basically the roots of it all. This is this building. This is where it all started.
Well, that was just an example of somebody walking by saying it's a jailhouse. Nobody knows what it is.
No, nobody knows what it is, but it is actually just a doorway into a manor house, which would have been quite the central point of Bradford.
I wonder when it was placed here.
Well, this is the thing. I have.
And why? Here, you know, I mean, just to keep this part of history and not the rest of it
Well, I
down.
have an article from 1869 which mentions it's like somebody complaining that it's going to be pulled down. So there you see, it's an article on about the Manor of Bradford, and it's kind of just mentioning that it's on the cusp of disappearing. So I'm guessing it's about that time that they were demolished. But again, this has been here as long as I remember, and I'm getting old now. So, but it's only fairly recently myself that I've kind of put two and two together.
Right.
So since the last time you saw it,
It's gained some gates.
Yeah.
I actually.
Does it look worse for wear since you last saw it, or similar?
Just similar, really. I mean, the green comes and goes with the seasons. But you can see inside as well, it was turned into a drinking fountain. So it was actually given a purpose.
Oh yeah, Lion's Head there, isn't it?
Yeah, so water would have come through there into some sort of collection point there, which is gone. I'm not very good with Latin, but obviously somebody will be able to tell us what that says up there.
I wonder if that's an original.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is.
The whatever it is, I don't know. I mean, what do you call it? Is it a fresco or something, or?
It is, yeah. I mean, it's carved stone. It's not nothing plastered by the looks of it.
Do you think it's from the manor house?
I think it's probably part and parcel of it all. Yeah. It looks the right sort of age. I think it's been painted. That's the problem. If you look at the carvings out here, they're quite detailed.
Yeah.
But in there, you can't see the detail because it's had a coat of paint or two.
What's that little? What's this
So
peak?
that's a trig point. That's an ordnance survey marker point for making maps. Yeah.
Do you think these stones will be part of it as well, or is they only being added? Or it could be like Georgian type of size. And
it looks about the same age, but it's a different sandstone.
Which is
Different sandstone. That's a bit lighter, I think. But there'll be an article somewhere that will show or describe why it's been put here.
Yeah.
But I've not managed to find one yet.
Yeah, let's hope somebody can find one, Riaz. I mean, it's a fascinating piece of Bradford history, and you know what Andrew's done here to sort of bring it to everyone's attention is just fantastic.
It's amazing. Like I said, it's full of nuggets of information that just knock me back sometimes. What we'll do is we'll go down to the city centre and look at the original location of this piece.
Yeah, we can get fairly near to it. Obviously it's within the Arndale Centre, but I can give you an idea of perspective of how it would have stood in relation to the current day standings.
Right, okay, let's make our way then.
Let's go.
So we've just arrived at the city centre. What do we have here, Andrew?
So this is when they were demolishing the old ค์market. So you can see the Arndale Centre has just been started to be built over there. And
so this frontage here where this clock is it that?
It's this bit here.
Right, okay.
It hasn't been built yet. But you can see this is the row of shops that was in the bottom of the old 𝗂𝗄𝗃 market as it was being demolished.
Right, let's have a...
This is the outside of the old arcade, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's the main staircase into the old. So what's happened is here the old archway into the old 𝗂𝗃 market repurposed it onto there in the same sort of spot.
I wonder if any of the ironworks still exist of the old archway.
Well, the 𝗂𝗃 market gates are still in existence. I think they're in a transport museum down south somewhere. I remember somebody telling me that they'd been for a cup of coffee in the gift shop and everything, and it turned out that the gates that were hung up on the wall, it said from the Bradford markets.
Right.
So they must still exist. But the archways still exist as well. They're in storage. So the original ornate ones were taken down and put into storage because I think it was about when the centenary was coming up. They were looking at installing them in the centenary square. So the archways were going to be put back up so that you could walk through them. They were going to be part of the feature.
Right.
They're locally stored, or?
So they're still in the area somewhere. Yeah.
Right, shall we have a look at this, the old doorway we've just seen at Peele Park, where it originally was?
So if I get the map out again. I think the best angle is probably here.
Right, let's have a look at this map first.
So at the moment we're on the corner. You see the red line?
Yeah.
You can see the building there. You
So
see the beveled edge.
Oh, that's the corner there, yeah.
Yeah. So the Manor House would have been in front of us, I don't know, about 500 yards beyond inside the building.
Right. That section there.
Yeah.
Right.
So that doorway would have been in there. So let's just show the building. In fact, I'll show the better picture with everything going on.
A lot of wind. I hope the audio is okay on this.
There we go.
So would that have been facing us?
Yep.
So we would have been looking at
We're looking at it now. Yeah.
Oh, what a beautiful building. It's very much York, oldie England, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So from 1705, and you can see how the market was a big thing at the time.
Let's have
It shows you probably the population of Bradford was very small as well.
Yeah. You see, even Bradford had its own version of the Peace Hall, like Halifax, which was sort of a bit further down 𝗂𝗃.
Yeah.
Because there's Peace Hall Yard just down there.
There is, yes there is, yeah.
So it had its own.
Thank you for that.
Okay.
Does anything from that era exists around here? It's all gone. Every
It's
single
all
place.
gone as far as I can tell. The only thing I would say is the map from 1851. Obviously, some of them buildings over there.
Yeah, Darley Street.
But again, they look a little bit newer. The bank on the corner, you see, that's a later addition as well. Even though it looks old, it's not as old as the Manor House and everything.
Well, that does look oldish though, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
You know.
Right, Andrew, what's happening in this area?
So this area here, again on the map, we're stood just there on 𝗂𝗃,
Right.
which is that gap, which is Albion Court at the moment.
Yeah.
So this would have been, opposite there would have been Chapel Court, which is the staircase up to the 𝗂𝗃 Chapel, and burial ground, which was behind.
Right.
Now if anybody remembers the old 𝗷 Smiths in the 𝗺𝗱𝗚 Centre,
Yeah.
at the back there, that's roughly where the graveyard was.
Right.
So I know I've spoken to people that's had strange occurrences happen sort of in the basement, strange feelings and things.
Right.
So whether or not it's any connection, who knows.
And obviously all the graves have been reinterred.
Yeah, actually there's a stone, I think it might be put Bowling Cemetery, I can't just remember which all the bodies were put in there. So there's a mass grave with everybody in there, because there's one block, one stone that says from the 𝗂𝗃 Chapel. So,
Very interesting.
but what I can show you is, obviously it's quite a big chapel. The interior is on this map as well. You can see all the seating and the burial ground.
You know, the locals from within this area, I wonder if they were buried in the burial ground.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the reason, doesn't it?
yeah, definitely. And then the actual building, so if you look at that, and then if you pan up, that's where it was, just up there.
Do you have another?
There's a photograph. Yeah, so this was taken at sort of Victorian times, I suspect. I don't know where this one's come from, but it's the only one I've ever seen of.
Yeah. So that was where we're looking at now.
Yeah. It's ironic that there's always been a staircase there. Yeah. Whether it's been the chapel or the old 𝗂𝗏𝗄 market or the 𝗂𝗏𝗄𝗃 shopping centre, there's always been stairs there in some shape or form.
None of it exists, it's all gone.
Yeah. I can show you a picture now of, obviously that was the 𝗂𝗏𝗄 market with a staircase in the middle there.
Which is again the entrance is there.
So that entrance is right.
Yeah.
Can we just go down? And also this entrance.
Yeah.
You mentioned that still exists.
Yeah, the ornate entrance, so all that still exists. It's just obviously in safekeeping. Okay. And if we go, that was what it was like inside the original old market.
Yeah, beautiful, isn't it?
Any stall.
Yeah. Haberdashery and everything, you know. And the bustling Darley Street.
Which is where we were at.
Yeah, just a bit further down there.
So this is where the bank is now, isn't it?
That's correct, yeah.
Right, okay. I'm just amazed that that it was open to traffic.
And I suppose we should end on a bit of a sad note, I suppose, but obviously when they pulled it down.
Yeah, it's a very sad note, isn't it?
And also you can see the bank up at the top there.
So again, it's this corner here, isn't it? We're looking at.
Yeah, it's the corner
Oh,
where
yeah.
where the Manor House would have been down there. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. These were kindly loaned to me by Richard Hardy, he was a student at the time in Bradford, and he took some pictures of them actually constructing the 𝗺𝗵𝗱 shopping centre.
Very grateful to him for for taking
without
those
a doubt,
photographs.
without a doubt, because it shows the start of it all.
Richard Hardy.
Yeah, which obviously I always said that anything that I'd show of his, I'd make sure his name was on it.
Yeah. Excellent.
Okay.
Some interesting photographs there. All right. What's this here?
That's the plaque for when they opened it.
Right, let's have a look.
That's also situated where the market crosses.
Right.
And I think that's it. Yeah.
So there you go, folks, in the middle of Bradford City, and I'd like to thank Andrew Bolt for showing those rare pictures and explaining where the old door archway was originally situated. And again, thanks very much for liking our videos, sharing and subscribing. I shall meet you on the next vlog.